Get this man in space and watch him climb the mountain. Stretch it out through contact.
Kon, and you know the Knueppel contingent going absolutely nuts. What a game for this young man, 20 years old. Man.
What happens when you take two Duke freshmen, throw them into the NBA a month apart, and watch them battle it out from opposite coasts? Today, we're breaking down the 2025 Rookie of the Year race between Flagg and Kon Knueppel, two guys who literally shared a dorm room in college and are now competing to see who's the best new guy in the league. Spoiler alert, this rivalry has way more layers than you'd think. Let's dive in. So here's the situation. On June 26, 2025, the Dallas Mavericks took Flagg with the first overall pick. Then, like an afterthought, the Charlotte Hornets grabbed Kon Knueppel with the fourth pick just 3 selections later. These guys weren't just teammates at Duke, they were roommates. They were the top 2 scorers on a Duke team that went 35-4 and won the ACC championship. They also shared a heartbreaking Elite 8 loss to Houston that cost them a chance at the national title. But here's where it gets spicy. This is the first time in NBA history that 2 players from the same college earned Rookie of the Month in the same month. Yeah, you heard that right. In October and November 2025, both Flagg and Knueppel won Conference Rookie of the Month awards, a feat that had literally never happened before. So technically, they're already making history. The question now is, who's got what it takes to claim the crown? Let's start with Flagg, the #1 overall, the kid from Maine who everyone told would never make it. Yeah, that narrative is important because Flagg carries himself like someone who's got something to prove, but in a quiet, humble way that's honestly refreshing. Through October and November, Flagg averaged 16.7 points, 6.6 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and 1.4 steals per game. Those numbers? Solid, not explosive, but here's the thing, he's doing this on a terrible Mavericks team that's been losing close games all season. He's learning NBA basketball the hard way, losing basketball. Coach Jason Kidd has publicly said that playing in all these close losses is actually good for Flagg because it's teaching him situational basketball. Translation: Flagg is being force-fed the NBA experience and he's surviving it. Now, Flagg started slow, like really slow. Early in the season, he was struggling with shot selection and efficiency, but here's where maturity comes in. The dude's only 18 years old and he's already showing veteran-level consistency. He admitted he needs to improve his three-point shot, and guess what? He's out here working on it. The narrative around Flagg is this: he's the complete player, two-way force, versatile defender, can play multiple positions. He's like the Swiss Army knife of rookies, useful everywhere, but maybe not elite at any one thing. Yet. In early December, Flagg dropped 24 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 steals against Denver, so he's clearly capable of having big nights. The question is consistency and whether he can carry a losing team while still developing. One wild stat: Flagg has played more games for the Mavericks, 22, than Anthony Davis has, and Anthony Davis is supposed to be the star. Huh? Now let's talk about Kon Knueppel. This guy's different. Where Flagg is the all-around player, Knueppel is the specialist, and by specialist, I mean he shoots the basketball like he's got a personal vendetta against the three-point line. Get this, Knueppel is averaging 18.4 points per game on 46.5% shooting, including 40.7% from 3 on a staggering 8.3 attempts per night. For context, that's more three-point attempts than most starting guards, and he's making nearly 41% of them as a rookie. That's insane. Here's a stat that'll blow your mind. In his first 17 games, Knueppel made 63 three-pointers. If he maintains that pace, he's on track to break Keegan Murray's rookie three-point record of 206 by nearly 100 threes. But here's the humble part about Knueppel that NBA scouts loved. He doesn't care about being the star. During his draft interview, when asked who he'd want on the court in a crucial moment, he said Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Kevin Durant, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And you know what he'd do? Stand in the corner and shoot threes. That's not false modesty. That's actually how he plays. He's the perfect complementary player. He doesn't need the ball in his hands. He doesn't run the offense. He just shoots, and he's good at it. Now, here's the reality check. The Charlotte Hornets are not good. They're 7-17. So while Knueppel's putting up great numbers, he's doing it on a losing team, which takes some shine off the individual performance. Also, Knueppel came into the season with hype that was borderline crazy. People were comparing him to Klay Thompson, suggesting he could make the All-Star game as a rookie, and straight up losing their minds. Even the dude himself had to pump the brakes and be like, yo, let's chill, which honestly is very on brand for him. He's humble to a fault. So let's compare these two for real. Scoring. Knueppel's averaging 18.4 points. Flagg's averaging 16.7. Knueppel takes this one, but barely. Efficiency. Knueppel is more efficient overall because he shoots it well. Flagg is still figuring out his shot. Versatility. Flagg can guard 5 positions and creates his own shot. Knueppel is more specialized. Rebounding and assists. Flagg with 6.6 rebounds and 3.5 assists. Knueppel with 5.7 rebounds and 3.0 assists. Team success. Both are on losing teams. Dallas 9-16, Charlotte 7-17. It's essentially a wash. Draft context. Flagg went number 1, Knueppel went number 4, but don't sleep. Knueppel's performance has actually been more impressive relative to expectations. He wasn't supposed to put up these numbers as a rookie. Flagg was. Here's the thing about this rivalry, it's not bitter. These guys are genuinely friends. In their first preseason matchup against each other, Flagg was so excited seeing Knueppel that he was the most animated he'd been all night. They're supporting each other from different cities. That's respect. But when it comes to Rookie of the Year, this is a legit race, and honestly, it could go either way depending on what happens between now and April. Factors that could shift the race. Here's what'll determine who wins this award. Consistency. Both need to sustain or elevate their play. Knueppel's on a shooting hot streak. Can he maintain 40% plus from 3 for a full season? Flagg needs to prove he can be efficient and effective against good teams. Team success. This is usually a tiebreaker. If one of them ends up on a team that makes the playoffs or goes on a winning streak, that narrative shift matters. Right now, both teams are mid. That could change. Injuries. This is the elephant in the room. Flagg's already had a sprained ankle. Knueppel's had the occasional DNP. If either goes down, it's a game changer, but let's be real, if Knueppel keeps shooting like he's from 3033 and becomes the first rookie three-point threat in modern NBA history, he might actually win this thing despite going fourth. That would be the ultimate plot twist. So there you have it. The 2025 Rookie of the Year race is shaping up to be one of the best in recent memory. 2 Duke guys, 2 different play styles, 1 crown at the end of April. If you had to pick right now, drop your vote in the comments. Are you going Flagg, the complete player, or Knueppel, the sharpshooter? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. Peace.